Kids love the candies, chocolates, other sugar loaded treats, and starchy food like potato chips, yet they usually run away from the sight of a toothbrush. As a parent, it's our duty to ensure the little ones practice good oral hygiene, and the easiest way is to make flossing and brushing fun. Establishing good habits at an early age is important to keep our teeth healthy and for life. Especially important are good eating habits and good oral hygiene. In today's webinar, we will learn the ideal dental health regime and tips to incorporate in our routine to have a healthy oral hygiene in children. To speak on today's session, I would like to welcome Dr. Pradeep Kaur. Welcome, Dr. Pradeep Kaur.
Thank you so much.
There are multiple views on the ideal age to start brushing the teeth. According to you, when should kids start brushing the teeth?
Actually, there is no specific age where the child can start brushing their teeth, because nowadays we see so many cases the children, they are born with one or two teeth already in their mouth when they are born. So we usually recommend the mothers that the easiest way to clean the teeth is that you just take a sterile cotton, dip it in clean boiled water, and clean
True.
the teeth of the teeth. Because what we have seen is by the age the child is almost 12 months or 1 year of age, they are not able to hold the brush. So the first thing is to introduce the brush before brushing. So the age is normally around 1 year, because 1 year may the child is able to hold the brush, they can use the brush as a play tool. So the ideal age is from 9 months to 1 to 1.5 years of age. For the children, we usually recommend a small toothbrush with a small head and the soft bristles, so that they don't harm the teeth as well as the gums of the children. So after that, introducing the brush, you have to introduce the toothpaste. So let me here be very clear that normally we see the parents have tendency to put an entire stripe or the strip of the toothpaste over the paste, which is
Right.
not recommended. For children who are new to brushing, it is just you can say the amount of toothpaste should be just the size of a grain, like the wheat grain or the rice grain, till the child is at least 1.5 to 2 years of age. Once the child reaches 3 years of age, you can increase the amount to a pea size, which is, believe me, is that amount is sufficient for cleaning the entire oral cavity in which the child has got 20 teeth.
There are confusing theories about using fluoride rich toothpaste or otherwise, like some dentists recommend it and some dentists don't. According to you, what is the right way? What is the right theory?
Definitely. Actually, there are two schools of thought regarding the use of the fluoride or the fluoridated paste and the non-fluoridated paste. The one school says because the fluoride is a mineral which has got antibacterial properties. So when the child uses the fluoride or the fluoridated toothpaste, the chances of getting the caries are less. But the second school of thought is, since fluoride, it's a, the external mineral we are consuming. So when you take this fluoride for a longer period of time, or the child accidentally takes that fluoride over maybe 1 year, 2 year, or the 3 years, so there is a term we call it dental fluorosis in dentistry. So, and it can further lead to the bone ailments, we call it bony sclerosis. So there are two different thoughts of using the fluoridated and the non-fluoridated vein. But in my personal experience and in my clinics, I usually tell parents not to use fluoridated paste for at least the child is maybe 1 or 1.5 years of age. Why? Because in that age they are not able to spit it out. The spitting out reflex is not developed when the child is around 1 or 1.5 years. When you see the child is able to spit out the toothpaste on his own, he is able to swish out the
Right.
mouth on his own, that is the right time to introduce the fluoridated paste. Otherwise, generally we recommend only the use of simple white paste for the regular use. That is more than enough.
What is the right age to start taking our kids to a dentist for a regular visit? Is it at all required, or only if there is a problem we should visit a dentist?
Actually, as I told you earlier, now the children are very smart. They are born with the teeth in their mouth. Matlab, the child is born, he or she will have one or two teeth in the mouth. So usually we recommend that on child's first birthday, you should make the first visit to the dentist, because by the age of 1, the child usually have 8 to 10 or 12 to 14 teeth already in his mouth. So you should start visiting the dentist from the first birthday of the child, so that once you go to the dentist, he can actually look out for the caries, or is there any other abnormality other than the cavities in the mouth, or the child is like have any gum problems. So I always recommend 9 months to 1 year. That is the ideal age for making the first visit to the dentist.
How can we prevent cavities? We know the ways are like to stop eating sugary, starchy food, but is there any other way to stop the cavities from occurring?
Here, I would like to tell you what exactly the cavity or the caries we call it. See, there's already a bacteria in our mouth, and when we eat food, this
Right.
bacteria combines with this food and produces the acid. That acid causes a hole, or maybe you can say the caries or the cavity in the mouth. So now let's start with the basics. To prevent the caries, there are two things. First, the regular dental checkups, and second is to practice the good oral hygiene practices. We are all are aware that we should brush twice a day. Yes, that is the foremost thing. Brushing in the morning, and second, brushing in the evening after the meals. And for children, we usually recommend you can just use a plain brush instead of every time using the paste. You can just use a plain brush for cleaning the teeth. Secondly, it is the rinsing the mouth after eating. You have to include more of like the raw vegetables and the fruits in your diet, so that there are less chances of having cavities. And you have to actually reduce the consumption of more sugars, chocolate, or the food items which usually stick to the teeth. Normally we say the candies. Nowadays, children, they have tendency to drink a lot of aerated drinks also. The aerated drinks, they have already some amount of acid in that. So when you consume that over a longer period of time, it erodes the upper layer of the teeth, which usually results in sensitivity or the cavities. Then there's one more thing, we call it a dental floss, which is amazing. You can there is a term called interproximal caries. The caries in children usually is found between the two teeth, where the two teeth join. You usually get a small spot, that is the beginning of the cavities. So it is recommended to use the dental floss after the age of 2 years, and then the basics: brushing, drinking lot of water, consuming more of raw or the green vegetables, and reducing the consumption of sugars.
What are the different dental problems that can happen in kids?
Normally, we divide these dental issues into two parts. One is related to the tooth, and other is related to the gums. So normally in the teeth, when it is the tooth per se, it is mainly the cavities and the sensitivities. Other than the common problems what I see in day-to-day life in children is, first is the swollen gums. Second is the bleeding gums, and the most common which I see in the younger lot, those who are below 5 years of age, is the bad breath. And in this case, I always tell parents that everybody knows that we have to brush twice a day, but yes, we forget to scrape our tongue, which is the reason for the bad breath in most of the children, because they generally don't clean their tongue, they don't use a tongue cleaner. And second is when they consume less water. So normally the parents, they come to me, they say the child is okay brushing, eating good food, but still there's a bad stench in the mouth. So I always advise, please get into the habit of cleaning your tongue with the tongue cleaner.
Okay.
Similarly, during night also, even if the child is using a normal brush without the paste for cleaning the teeth, ask the child to clean the tongue with the tongue scraper or the tongue cleaner, followed by the salt water rinses. That I always recommend in cases of the bad breath.
In older kids, when the permanent teeth start growing in, we have seen a very common problem of orthodontia. What is orthodontia all about?
This orthodontia is the specialized branch of dentistry where we do the correction of the malaligned teeth. Malaligned, in general layman's term, we say the teeth are behind, they are forward, they are overcrowded, it is overjet, overbite, means the jaw is forward, the upper jaw is behind. So in those cases, we go for orthodontia. Yes, we do recommend putting the braces for children who have such cases of like overcrowding, malocclusion, because nowadays children are very conscious of their smile and looks. So this orthodontia is the branch where their parents should take their children in case they feel they have these issues, like the teeth are not properly placed, the child is not able to do mastication properly. So this is the branch for visiting that. The ideal age for putting the braces is between 11 to 13 years of age, when the children have like most of the permanent teeth have erupted, and it's a kind of mixed dentition stage. There you can take the child, improve their smile improves, their confidence improves. So that is the most like sought after branch in dentistry now.
Okay. So we have reached the tail end of the show with that. So anything else, any techniques or any suggestions for parents that you would like to kind of impart right now?
See, my only, you can say, the suggestion for the parents is please get into the habit of brushing as soon as the child is born. You know, it sounds very funny. I always tell parents, give the brush as a play tool to the child. Don't give it for brushing. You know, when the child is playing with other toys, just introduce brush at that moment, because I have seen children, those who are not able to brush even the beyond the age of 3 years, 4 years, then the parents are really worried, because that time they get into having cavities, they are not able to chew properly, there is like the sensitivity issues. So my first recommendation is, when the child is playing with other toys, please introduce brush at that time. So the child will get familiar to the, that is, there's a brush, I have to put it in mouth, they'll put it in the mouth, but that is how the hand and mouth reflexes are developed. The child will get to know, the brain will accept, okay, we have to brush. So that is my recommendation for the parents who have their first child or the newborns. Second is brushing sincerely twice a day, the morning and after a meal. But yes, there are cases where parents come and say ki, ma'am, the child is brushing properly, he's eating good like food, he's taking a lot of calcium, lot of fruits and vegetable, in spite of doing all that, the child is suffering for cavities. So in those cases, I always recommend the regular dental visits will help. So normally 3 to 6 months is the gap you can give, or twice a year you should visit your dentist, and should, because the dental practitioner, he will be able to guide you better, he will be able to tell if any cavities are there, the child is having some other gum problem, he will be able. And earlier we correct the problem, it is better for the child. Once they grow up, they are 9 or 10, and everybody knows the tooth pain is the severe after the labor pain. So it is earlier we go to the dentist and get rid of all those things.
Like for grown-ups, we have a way to go for scaling as a cleaning technique, when we go for dental visits. Do you recommend scaling for kids as well?
No, absolutely not, because it is not required at all. If the child is brushing twice a day properly, he is drinking enough water, he is eating the raw food, as I told you, maybe the salad and the fruits. So it is not recommended. Why, I tell you? Because scaling, when we do the scaling, it is with the help of a vibrator. When we put that vibrator on the teeth, we actually erode the upper surface of the teeth. And the children's teeth, they are very sensitive, they are already very soft in the process of making. So if you take the child for scaling, they might get this hypersensitivity problem. So we usually don't recommend scaling for the children who are below 15 years of age. See, the second point is, if the child is not brushing properly, maybe he stopped not brushing properly after the age of 9 or 10 or so. We have seen children, those who have strong deposits on their teeth. See, leave apart the stains. Part stains come due to maybe like they are drinking a lot of tea, a lot of coffee, all those. And if they are taking some iron supplements, then the stains will come. But the scaling, the person or the child will not reach the stage of scaling if he's brushing properly morning and evening. So it is not absolutely not recommended scaling below the age of 14 years.
So we have learnt in our webinar today is that as our kids grow, we have to plan on routine dental checkups anywhere from once every 3 months to once a year, depending on our dentist recommendation. We have to keep sugary food, starchy food in check. We have to encourage regular brushing and flossing, and working with our dentist will lead to good dental health. Here I would like to say thank you to Dr. Pradeep Kaur for a very informative session. See you all again next Saturday on Super Saturdays Parenting and Beyond for yet another insight packed session. Thank you so much. Thank you.